Welcome to Wendy.Le.Genius Wendy Talk Show Raw Edition. I'm gonna be going live with my gal at Isaluo Gal. This is a trial for the first time, so let us see how it's gonna go. I can't even see the person who just tuned in right now, but let's see how it's gonna go. Welcome to the show. Remember, you need to share this video with your friends and relatives so that we can be able to flock this place. Bye and bye. Let me begin with some music, Kama Kawaida, as I'm waiting for my girl, Weaver Bird, to join in the live. The first person who joined on the live, just introduce yourself. Let us know who is this, who just joined the live, Manze. Let me try some filters up and apale. Filters. Blush. Which one works best? Or I'm just gonna stick the way I am. Yeah, let us just go with the way I am. No worries. I'm waiting on Weaver. It's a Luo gal, manze. Uh oh yes, Billy Alala. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to you. I'm waiting on the second person who just joined right now. And remember, the music that is playing right now is my very own music. If you haven't listened, go ahead and do that. The link is in my bio. And just tell your friends that we are going live right here, and we're going to be talking about a very, very big topic right this minute. Waiting on my girl. Let me see. Ebu, this is the first time that we are going live here on YouTube, by the way, guys. This is the first time we're going live here on YouTube. So tell me in case there is a problem, come on, ski or something like that. If there is a problem with the volume, anything like that, kama unioni vizuri and or whatnot. So just let me know. There is no way I'm gonna be knowing if you haven't told me anything. I can see Glenn Pierce. Thank you so much. Hi there. You look awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in on to this show. And I want to add somebody. No. I did a mistake. Oh Lord. Lua Legend Locked Polly. Thank you so much. Oh Willie Junior, Willie CJ, big shout out to you. Sioni hata kama kuna Weaver kwenye show, but remember the rating. Yeah. Weaver. Let me see. Use the timer. Weaver missy juu nimekutag, but I don't know what's going on. Manze. I don't know how we can do this. I don't know how we can do this, Weaver. I don't know how we can do this. So, guys, you're going to have to bear with us. We are trying to figure everything out for the first time together. So, I can see Milio Pale. And remember, the topic of the day is dealing with toxic relationships. Weaver. Akuna vile you can join. I tagged you. So, I think you should be able to, it should be able to allow you ukuje kwa live. Oh God, Manze. I don't know what's up because it's what I read was like, I just tag the person and then we can be able to go live vile tunaendelea. But I can see Weaver right here. Nambona hawezi enda live na mimi. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, I hope you guys are ready. I can see Nyakwara gang on Dani. Anasema asechopo. Roseanne, thank you so much. Millicent, so your big shout out to you. And wacha tucheze ngoma try to figure out. Give you everything that's in me. Maybe, I don't know, Basi. I don't know, Weaver Basi. I don't know. I thought it was gonna be simple like Nikki kutag to you, you're just able to, kuingia na tunachapa mambo kweli kweli, but I don't know. I don't understand mbona ina behave hivyo. Anywho, itabidi maybe niende tu mwenyewe. Roho yako pia Haikuwapa sana leo, so let us just continue with this live. And baby, just believe I'm gonna be the best one you ever seen. Yeah, baby, just believe. Ndani. Leo ni kujaribu manze. So we'll figure out everything with time. Lakini leo let us just try everything vile tunaona hivi. Leo vile unaona mi pia ndo vile naona. I can see Wendy.Le.Genius is saying toxic masculinity against toxic relationship pale. Thank you so much Luo Legend pale. Thank you so much. Thank you so much manze. Ambia mabesho wenu tunaenda live hapa na tunataka kuharibu mbaya sana. So acha nikutoe usikuwe moderator, ni sawa. So guys, too bad. Itabidi maybe ni ride solo, I don't know. But let us see what the topic is about. I hope mko ready na hizo mafingers zenu. Fancy fingers, I hope you're ready and that you are ready to take it down with me right here. I can see we've been going live for 36 minutes. It's inakalong aje, I don't know. Billion and Danny, thank you so much for tuning in. Manze, share hii video pale kwa status yako, ambia wambeshto yako that we are going live right here on my YouTube channel at Wendy.Le.Genius hapa, and we are back with Wendy Talk Show Raw Edition. Kama kawaida, we are here to take it down. So sijui mbona mniwina likes pale. I can only see one person has given me a like. Surely, honestly guys, all of you guys who are watching right now. But anyway, acha tufanye hii mambo. So we are talking about how to deal with toxic relationships. How to deal with toxic relationships. But I'm so sorry. I tagged you, I don't know, 1,000 times. Okay? So I don't know ni nini naendelea, but ni kama imekata. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know. So to figure out with time. We'll just figure it out with time. So let us talk about the toxic relationships. Leo maybe kitu nataka kuepia wewe mwenyeji mwananchi. I know you had your exams and all, but I don't know what's going on. Maybe Mungu anataka usome more, so I don't know. Anywho, toxic relationships. How do you deal with toxic relationships? We've had a lot of segments of this topic, by the way. Almost every single time we have to bring it up one way or another. So we talked about toxic relationships pale kwenye Instagram. We've talked about it on Facebook. And right now we're going to be talking about it right here, but specifically how to deal with a toxic relationship. Number one, there is no way to deal with toxic relationships. If you have a toxic relationship, it means that you need to leave this minute. It means that you don't need to stay there anymore. You don't belong there. And you were not made to suffer. So why should you just waste your time and, going on with a pathetic relationship, where everything is not okay, I know almost all relationships, not everything is okay. And that is how just human beings are. But there are some things that, people go through in relationships that they shouldn't be going through. For example, a person wants to beat you like a punching bag, that can't work. It means that you don't belong in that relationship, my friend. It means you don't belong in that relationship and you need to leave as soon as you can because you don't belong in that relationship. I can see comments tuning in. Parliament, thank you so much. This is a mass turnout from people because this is the first time ever that we are going live here on YouTube, and I'm so grateful. I can see the numbers pale, not so bad. I'm seeing a Luo Legend and Asema 5 years ago today I was drinking my life away, dealing with a toxic ex. I did prioritize the gym over drinking, and I'm in a healthy relationship and I couldn't be happier. Our Lord can change, Bwana. I promise you, our Lord can change. It begins with you, taking the step. There is no way that you can move forward without you deciding that you don't want to stay in that relationship anymore. So, What I'm saying is there is no specific way of dealing with toxic relationships. The only way to deal with this is beginning, taking a step by walking out of that thing like a boss. You need to walk out of that relationship because that is not where you belong. You are not made to suffer, and nobody needs to, beat you up left, right, and center, insult you, abuse you, or any other kind of torture. That is torture. We all resort to being in relationships because we try to look for companionship. We are trying to find shoulders to lean on. When our hearts are heavy, we are trying to find comfort, solace, and what have you, name it. But this is not the point where we want to be beaten left, right, and center. This is not the point where we want to be abused together with our family members, as a whole. So when you see something like that, you need to run away. That is not the time to stay around, and you just need to move forward. I can see Willie Jr., big time step you made right there, and I'm so proud of you. Big shout out to you. Ochieng Origa, big shout out to you. Ochieng Origa is saying, Polly tuned in. What did I miss? You didn't miss nothing. We're just starting right now. So prepare hizo points ukuje nazo. And topic I hope unaiona kama kawaida pale, it's there. The topic of discussion is dealing with toxic relationships. So you want to stay tuned, you want to bring the points on, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe and turn on the post notification, because every Wednesday we'll be going live right here on my YouTube channel. So thank you so much for tuning in. I can see Joel Omino, Dani, Nico, and Dani. Thank you so much. Big shout out to you. And Billion and Duto and Asema. Dealing with toxic relationship is impossible. You leave seas, drop like hot potato, and move on like plague. Yeah, drop like plague, I promise you. And Wendy Wapi Weaver, I don't know, we are still trying to figure out stuff, man. This is the first time we are going live on YouTube right here. So according to what I read, it was telling me, Ati, you go live with another person by tag on the topic of discussion. And I tagged Weaver right there. So I don't know why Haijam went there. I don't know why she's not seeing it. I don't know why she's not able to join the live. So I don't know what I can do at this particular point. So it's quite unfortunate. We'll figure it out together, and maybe next week itakuwa sawa. I'm so sorry, guys, about that. And Malino Pam, thank you so much. Senja anasema pale haro. Thank you so much for tuning in, manze. Kama hujashare hii video na mabeshte wako, waambie ati tuna uwa hapa kwenye show at Wendy.Le.Genius channel hapa kwenye Wendy Talk Show Raw edition. Remember, you don't need to care about who is watching you. You don't need to hide things that you want to say. You don't need to hold back because right here tuna protect hapa, we don't care. We just say everything as it is. That's why it's a raw edition. From the name pale, it's Wendy Talk Show Raw edition. So I have been seeing a lot of engagements pale. Thank you so much, guys, for taking your time to come onto this live. Loyal fans pale, big shout out to you all. And for the points so far, tunashukuru sana. I can see Lord Legend anasema Billion and Malin karibuni, actives tunakaa mbele. Front seats ni zenu mbaya sana. The first people wenye walianza hii live, manze, ni big fans. Big shout outs to you, manze. And Billion anasema, first you should accept the nature of the relationship. Sometimes you love this guy and you think leaving him is impossible, and so you remain in denial and stay, and that's where you go wrong. I promise you, I've made a lot of mistakes before, and some of these mistakes are, you fear, you are afraid of moving on, you are afraid of starting afresh, and so on and so forth, which is a very big scam, by the way. You should not fear anything. Everybody starts somewhere, manze. Hata mimi, when I relocated huku, I had to start from zero, guys. I had to start from zero. So there is no point in starting afresh. there is no point, or there is no fear in starting afresh. And usijifanya hapo, don't stay in a toxic relationship ati what watanibebaje, what will people say, how am I going to be without this person? The person means the world to me. Nobody means the world to you. You are just exaggerating stuff. So begin by loving yourself. If you're seeing that things are not going to work out, stop holding back, because you are trying to you are thinking of the time that you've spent with this guy. It's 5 years, it's 7 years. You're like, I'm just going to drop all this for once. Maybe you've even bought things together. There are things that you share in that house. You are even living together. So do not feel ashamed. Do not feel ashamed, and be really careful. When you see red flags, do not stay. Do not stay until the day that will get you, to the morgue. Do not stay. I'm so passionate about this topic because I've been there before. So I love talking about this topic, because a lot of people will see you like you're weak. A lot of people will laugh at you. But the society forgets so first. So that is what you need to know. The society will always move on. Okay, I normally use another point. When I live today, okay, those people are gonna talk for 1 week straight, okay, but next week they'll have another topic to talk about. So they will have moved on. And this is something that I was carrying in my head for 2 years, 3 years, thinking that those people are going to be talking about it for the rest of their lives. No, these people are stupid. They move on so fast, I promise you. So do not hold back because you feel people are going to laugh at you. People are going to be talking bad about you. The relationships that you had made with their relatives is going to end, and so on and so forth. Do not be afraid. Do not feel ashamed. And I can see people are giving me big backup pale. I can see Malin anasema Luo Legend kama kawa 13 are tuned in, not a toxic mood. And Malin anasema it's raw edition every Wednesday to Kohapa YouTube, and there is no shame in leaving a toxic relationship. I promise you that is the best thing you'll ever do to yourself. That is self-love. It takes a lot of courage. Weak people can't do that. Weak people can't move out of toxic relationships. They will stay because they want to please the society. They will stay because they fear starting afresh. So when you are in a toxic relationship and I know you and I see that you've moved away from it, I promise you I will even give you sweet for nitakupea hata sweet kama bonus. I promise you. And do not ignore the red flags. Those things are there for a reason. Ignore when you are trying to be shown that you need to leave before it's worse. Please listen. Okay. I can see points is streaming in, Manze. Big shout out to you guys. I love you so much. I can see Luo Legend and Asema normalize leaving after the first red flag. Do not wait for the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, until the 10th when you don't even have any breath anymore, A person like me, it took me to get to be inside the oxygen, guys. That is when I had to leave that relationship, So who knows? Right now I could have been dead, something like that. So you don't want to be like me. That's why I love talking about this. So when you can do something about it, try to do something about it before it's worse, because it never gets better. It will only get worse. I can see Ochieng Origa anasema pale, everybody just doesn't always want to make peace with their situation. Yes, it begins by you making peace with the situation and accepting everything as it is. And then you pick it up from there and move forward. Usiogope, my friend. Do not be afraid. I can see Christine Etieno is saying walking out is hard as fuck, but not impossible. I promise you, it is not impossible. Everybody who knows me, everybody who is close to me, knew me so well and knew the type of relationship that I was in, never knew that one day I would leave without the person in question. But here I am, stronger than ever before, so stronger than ever before. And, my life is even better, so, it takes courage, guys. You think that your life is gonna end when you do that. No, it's not gonna end. you are even holding back from better things in life. You staying in that relationship for the longest time means you won't even find out what God has placed in store for you for your future. Okay, so just ignore the person. Okay, don't ignore the red flags. Leave, guys. Scream while leaving, even shout. Do not hold back. I can see Marlene anasema Luo Legend, exactly. First red flag, mguni ponye mbio huyo. Ludfin anasema peace of mind is always the key, and I support that 100%. I can see Joy Lumino is saying dealing with toxic relationship, interesting topic. When you realize that someone is not sailing with you in the same boat, look for a life jacket. Lord, get rescued. I love this one. I love this point, Joy Lumino. Big shout out to you. And if you understand what Jay Lomino is saying, is come and whatever Marlin was saying, when you see a red flag, muguni pon, you do not hold back. Kimbia, Kimbia, even ita Uber, do not usitumie baiskeli. Use the first means possible, okay? I can see Luo Legend anasema, I doubt when people keep going back and dealing with toxic relationships is because of a soul tie. They just don't want to let the situation go and using soul ties to justify it. I've seen people using so lame excuses, very, very, very lame excuses before, things that don't even add up. You're like, I can't leave because ABC, because this person gives me money, because this person gives my mother money, because this person is paying school fees for my siblings. This guy is or the lamest one so far is because this guy has a very good game in bed. My friend, when you die, this person will continue banging chicks. Where will you be? You won't be anywhere. So do not settle for less. You should know your worth, okay? That is basically what I'm trying to say. Know your worth and learn to know when to leave. Learn to know when to leave always. Do not stay there and feel like a fool, okay? Don't be a comedian in your relationship. Halafu, I can see Billion and Duto is saying red flag 1 out. Senje, I don't give a fuck what people say. My happiness comes first. That is so bright of you, Senje. I love that point. I can see Marlene Sema. Don't follow me. I'm also lost. Senje, Kimbia Sana, underline first red flag. I wish you all knew how to start from scratch is sweet. Mitadua kwanza ukishakubali it is what it is. Che, I promise you, when you know your worth, then it is never too late to leave, and it's never too late to start afresh. This life is so funny. And you might think that this is your destiny, but that was just a step towards your destiny. Maybe you are destined to be with the person's friend. You don't know. And there you are tolerating his nonsense. He's cheating. He's beating you up, him treating you like crap, and all that. A real man knows how to appreciate their women. A real woman knows how to treat their guys right, and so on and so forth. So do not be deceived. I can see, Luo Legend is saying, I also feel like you cannot take relationship advice from anyone who is in a toxic relationship or dealing with a toxic situation. Wacheni nikunywe maji jamani. Let me drink some water. So that tuendelee na topic of discussion hapa. Let me reread your comment ya Luo Legend. CJ is saying, I also feel like you cannot take relationship advice from anyone who is in a toxic relationship or dealing with a toxic situation. Let me tell you something. I remember even when I was still in that toxic relationship, I used to give the best advices. So at times you don't need to do what a person is telling you to do because they are perfect themselves, but at times it's because the person lacks the courage to do this thing, but they see a potential in you. They know that you can be able to listen and move forward. They know that you can be able to listen and do the right thing, and maybe save the situation because they really care about you, just because they can't do it themselves. So Do not always do because a person is doing it. Just learn to listen. Learn to listen and see, is this person, what is this person saying? Is what the person is saying, does it make sense? Is it gonna hurt me in any way? Is it gonna make me feel better or anything? Then if it's not gonna hurt you in any way, then there is no harm in trying. You can just go ahead and try. You don't know what might come out of it. Maybe the person just cares about you. So it doesn't have to be like, because the person who is telling you to do something has to be perfect for you to listen to what they are saying. At times you just need to turn a blind eye and listen to the person. Man, Leo, I can see Senje is Sikidio. Okay. Billion Onduto is saying, oh, Willie, you are right. Mtu ako in a toxic relationship and they can't help you with advice. Y'all are blind and two blind people. No, I promise you, I hope you've listened to what I was saying. And then, in fact, I've changed my mind. Half red flag, I'm packing. Same Vanna. When you start over, I swear, God gives you some kind of strength that you yourself utashanga huwezi hata angalia nyuma, my friend. I promise you, there are some things that when I look back right now, I'm just like, what was I even doing in that relationship? What did I even see? How did I even get myself in that relationship in the first place? Because if I still stuck in that relationship, and chances are 50%, I could have still been stuck in those relationships, in that relationship, then I couldn't have had the chance to see the brightness of the future like I'm seeing right now. Okay. Oh God. So just do not ignore the signs that God is giving you. Okay. I can see Malian saying, I feel you saying, Low-Legend is saying you need to reprogram your mind by dealing with toxic mentalities, read books, build healthy relationships, engage in profitable conversations, and have mentors that will help you achieve your set goals. Billion also is saying, dare to love you more. I promise you, self-love is the word. You need to love yourself. When you know your worth, then you know that you cannot settle for less. And when we are talking about settling for less, we are not meaning like in money, in terms of money or physical appearance or anything like that. No. Self-worth begins by, how the guy addresses you. Do they have any form of respect towards you, and so on and so forth. So you need to know this. And I can see Ludwig Rosan is saying, I have a friend who her boyfriend beats and cheats around. However, anasema gari hawachi atavumilia vichapo. My friend, I used to be that girl, but not anymore. Nilijua. I learned the hard way, and I I've never been prouder in my life. I've never been so proud of myself, and that's why I'd give any kind of advice I'd even scream, I'd even sing about it, I'd do anything for people to listen and get out of those situations, because, they're not even worth it. They're just causing pain to you, both physically, emotionally. They instill fear in you. They cause fear around for the people around you, your family members and so on, especially when the guy is so violent and so aggressive. So you need to love yourself. I can see Samuela is saying, oh, I really struggled to reach here. Big shout out to you. I big up. Nimeku big up twice because that was so good. At least you finally got here, and I really thank God for that. I hope you've shared this video so that people can be able to come here. I can see Ochieng Origa is saying, these people sleeping under one sheet don't listen to nobody. However how bad their relationship gets. This brings me back to another point, which was so pathetic, by the way. Let me tell you something. There was a point that, in the same toxic relationship I was in. So I was trying to report this guy to the police station. Not to the police station at first, to a guy that I knew who was a police guy, or a police officer. When I was reporting this guy to the police officer, the guy was like, people who sleep under the same blanket, you can't tell them shit. I was like, man, where does this theory come from? Where does this theory come from? Just do your part. If I decide to go back, then that's on me. And I'm just seeing it right now, and it reminds me how bitter I was that day. But I promise you one thing, I still went back and still went back, and it took me the longest, to realize that I was, being a clown in that relationship. So it took a very, very big step for me to understand what was going on and just to let everything go. And it hurt for the longest, by the way. It hurt for the longest. But, if you see me right now, can you know? You can't know. So, it's at times your life changing, the biggest life changing things take a lot of sacrifices. You are living with this guy, you're like, how am I even gonna be able to pay the rent in this house, and so on and so forth. But God has plans for you. God will never give you something that he can't get you out of. So you just need to identify your strengths and work more on them, capitalize on them, and then God will walk you through. And you need to mean it. Do not do it and then chinyamaji you go, you hide while going to meet this guy still. You need to respect yourself, and you need to know your worth. There is no way you can do that when you don't know. It's a lot of denial involved too, guys. There is no way that you want to enjoy everything at once. You need to sacrifice from time to time. That is the key to happiness. So you need to know that. I can see Lua Legend is saying, I can't do toxic no more. I want happiness. And Samuelela is saying, toxic relationship is currently hurting me, but God is for us all. Maybe there's a reason why you're suffering. Let toxic minds go. I'm so sorry, Samuelela. I hope God comforts you and gives you the right person. And the best thing is to leave that relationship. Nobody deserves any kind of pain, in relationships. Nobody. Everybody deserves a healthy relationship. And that's why we were made out of Adam's ribs, because every single person has their soulmate somewhere in the world, somebody who would kill just to have a moment with you. So do not settle for less. Do not think that, you don't have anybody in the world who will accept you the way you are. You have your soulmate somewhere. So it just takes a lot of time at times. At times it takes the least time, And there is no, also I know some people, because of pressure, they're like, I'm already married or something, I have kids and things like that. I have kids. I'm already married. I'm gonna get divorced and start afresh. What are people gonna say? My family is gonna feel so bad about me. People are gonna kick me out and so on and so forth. Assume the guy is dead. Assume the woman is dead, okay? Assume that something just happened. Assume you just got in a very bad accident and lost the person, and just start afresh, guys. Nobody deserves the pain that some people go through in a relationship. My friends, some people are even being beaten. They have very big marks from torture, from relationship torture. Some people are even being burnt. What wanna motto, a guy just lights the cigarette on your ears or something like that, a guy beats you up and then still don't give you food to eat, so learn to know when to leave. It's never too late. It's never too early for anything. Do not feel like, you are 35, you are 40, you are 37, you are 25. So you're like, when I get out of the relationship right now, until how long is it going to take me to get into another relationship, to learn this guy and even learn to trust him once again? By that time, I'm going to be 40 something. There is no age limit to dating. There is no age limit to being married or anything like that. Do not feel pressure. Do not conform to any kind of pressure. That is the beginning of your downfall. Do not do that. Do not do that. You don't deserve any kind of pain in any relationship. And I can see I can see Owili Jr. is saying, the only toxic relationship I'ma deal with is my relationship with my siblings. Even though siblings, toxic relationship with siblings at times, it gets to a point that you're just tired. It's not like you hate them, but you just want a peace of mind. So that is on a personal level. I'm not gonna be talking about that right now. And I can see Luo Legend. Oh, okay. Chingoriga is saying, I think getting out of a toxic relationship is a decision at a personal level, and I agree with that 100%. That is why I'm really stressing on self-love. You need to identify where the problem is yourself before starting to point fingers, before any other thing, before listening to the people around you. It has to be you who has made up their mind that they don't want to be there anymore. So it's really at a personal level. And Lua Legend is saying healthy relationships feel boring to people who are used to toxicity and drama. They are not sure how to deal with love that is calm, kind, drama free and toxic, and doesn't require them to make painful sacrifices. Doesn't require them to make painful sacrifices. Yeah, a lot of times, these people have something's going on in their heads, and they don't want to talk about them, so they result to inflict the pain directly to the person who is right across them, right around them, and all that, which is not really fair. When you have a problem, when you are having a problem in your family, when you're having a problem with the society, we've seen even some people are telling you that their friends don't like you. My friend, am I going through a vetting process? So that you can be able to welcome me to your home? That is a guy who doesn't even know what they want. A person who is gonna come forward honestly and talk to you like a fool and tell you that their friend doesn't like you, and that's why they can't be with you anymore. That is a guy who doesn't respect you. That is a guy who doesn't even deserve to live, honestly. So learn to know how your spouse, how your partner is reasoning. If they can't even reason to save their lives, then there is no need of hanging around them. These people can kill you. Not literally killing you with a knife or even a gun. These people can kill you because of stress. And so on. You can be sunk in depression. We've seen a lot of times a person just dies like that. You don't know what train of thoughts were in his head, in her head, because they fear sharing, because of the things that the society is gonna be saying about them. They are gonna consider him weak. They're gonna consider you weak and all that. No. That is not really a right move. I can see, and Marlene is saying, don't forget to leave your comments down below. Let Wendy know what you think of her work. Be rest assured she will personally respond to your comments. Thank you so much, Saint J. That's the co-host. And I can see Samuel Nasema. That's why I really love your Siepna. You always keep me posted on current affairs. May God open your way. So Siepa, you are always there for me when I'm stressed out. I will never revenge God. God will open. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Samuelela. I try to be there for people because this society is so suicidal. You don't know what a person might text you now, and then the next post you see is RIP, a lot of RIPs, and I could have done something about it. It's not really complicated, it's not really complicated. It's a text away, guys. I'm only a text away. I try to respond to you guys as much as I can, especially when the text is so involving, like it's a question. A person has something going through their head and they're trying to understand, or they're trying to seek, some sort of help. I'll be there for you. I'll always try to respond to you, because I can't stand the thought of, a person just died because I didn't respond to their text or something like that, you know. So as long as it's a genuine question and things like that, you can always come to me. And a lot of people can attest to this. I've already been there for a lot of people, you know, and I will never stop as long as I'm breathing, you know, and as long as I have the feedback, you know. I won't tell you what you want to hear. At times I just tell you things and then let you to decide, you know. I give you the pros and the cons, so it's upon you to decide. So thank you so much, Samuelela. Thank you so much. I can see Malin is saying don't forget streaming, guys. And Debbie, Stephanie, and Sema, when we hear about toxicity, we always think of the females and we forget about men. These people go through toxic relationship, and since they are considered strong, they never talk about it. Sending hugs your way, guys, hugs your way, hugs. Do not. I normally tell guys, you know, the people who make these rules in this society, they're just so funny, because I really, at times I really want to meet these people. You know, at times I'd really like to meet these people in person and see how perfect their lives are. The people who came out with this says, you know, that a man can never cry in public, that a man can never talk about their problems, their weaknesses and all that, you know. The same people who says that, you know, everybody at 30 should get married, you know. The same people who say, like, you know, when you get pregnant before the age of I don't know what, then you are no longer considered clean in the society, you know, and so on and so forth. Mistakes happen, you know. People have been raped before, you know. People have, you know, have been left, you know, without anything. People have been left, the orphans, totally orphans, you know. They don't even know how to survive. Some people offer them help, but they want something in return. These people don't have an option. These people want to go to school just like any other person. The way this country has made it, the society has made it look like, you know, you have to go to school in order to get a job, or in order to be successful, which is a very big lie. And I'm not telling you guys not to go to school, but going to school has become useless in some extent, mostly because right now we're talking about a lot of graduates who have no jobs. You know, it's not like they didn't go to school. Some people have graduated with first class honors, you know, but they're just at home, or they are watchmen somewhere. I'm not saying that it's bad to be a watchman. I'm not saying it's bad to be a nanny or something like that, but these are the kind of things. You are going to school, your parents pay all that money, but still, you know, for you to get a job, you need connections, and so on and so forth. So these kind of things have subjected a lot of people to, you know, doing a lot of traumatizing things that they can't even talk about in public. And the society is so judging, you know, it's so judgmental, to the extent that these people don't even want to come out and talk about them. We've seen even men going for older women, okay? We've seen even boys, let me talk about boys going to date, you know, older women, because they are 17 and their parents, according to their customs, they expect them to be independent at that particular point. Where are they going to be getting this money? There are no jobs. These jobs, you have to know people. You have to know a person to know a person in order to give you a job. And still, even if you know that person, there is an amount of money that you still need to give out. So is it this person's fault, you know? And I want to see Marlene Opem is saying, don't just like 7 parts. If possible, download the music, get to repeatedly listen to the jam on frequently. Keep your ears out. Anytime there's a challenge, try and participate. Okay, so guys, if it's your first time, welcome to the show. By the way, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm seeing new faces. I don't know if it's your usernames on YouTube or something, but I'm seeing new faces right here. Thank you so much for taking your time and tuning in. I don't know how you heard about this live, but I'm really, really thankful to you guys. I really appreciate, because I'm also seeing you guys not just sitting back, but also engaging on the comment section, which is something that I really appreciate. And also, I want to say, if you subscribe, kindly click on the bell. There is a bell right there. After the subscribe, next to the subscribe button, there is a bell. Just tap on it. If you tap on that bell, it's gonna do you good, because every single time that I'm going live, every single time that I post something, you are gonna be amongst the first people who knows that there is a content just that just dropped right away, so that you can be able to do the necessary, join the live, like the post, share, comment, and so on and so forth. I can see Jenny Kiambi is saying, learning from you guys. Thank you so much. Big shout out to you. And Billy Rodito is saying, some people just want to text out of curiosity, though, but some genuine questions is cool. Really, I promise. Yeah, some people are just curious, and I know how to know. I know how to distinguish between those two, And if I see it's really genuine, that's when I'll reply, I'll respond to you. But I'm always open to that. Also, if I'm not really busy and so on. I can see Lua Legend is saying, my heart breaks seeing all these adults in toxic relationships. I really hope for the sake of my future, I never have to go through or deal with that. I'm praying for you too. I'm praying for you too, because it hurts, guys. It hurts. It touches you mentally. It touches you in every single way. I used to dress like a chokora manze. Nilikuwa navaa kama mjinga ati to please a person, because anakwambia, I don't like you dressing on, I don't like seeing you in this kind of dress. I don't like to see you in this kind of outfit. You can't even talk to another guy in peace. That is already you dating this other guy. Why? Because this guy, and what hurt the most, is this person is crucifying you up at the way people who dress like this are whores and so on and so on. And then you find him with these people that he considers whores. They just slept the other day. They were in bed together the other day, guys. Is it really fair? So let nobody try to change you. If the person doesn't like the way you look, like if the person doesn't like how you present yourself, if the person doesn't like your life, the way you operate on social media or wherever, everybody has their soulmate somewhere. Leave the person. Let them not stress your life. Move on. Let them leave you. Your soulmate is gonna come through anyway. Let nobody stress you. And most of the times, those people who behave like that, they have a lot that they are hiding. So that is a very big red flag. Do not ignore. And then I can see Billion on the Sema, and nowadays it's the known bad that catches the worm. Where Rauka to Vilunataka, if you don't have connection, I promise you on the jobs, it's so sad. And it's not funny, by the way. It's so sad. I am so passionate about this because I have people directly who are being affected by this. And then I can see saying, now that you say participation in the challenges, where is your video, man? Small picking. And Billion, if you want happiness, then just slide in my DMs. No more toxicity. Billion is saying, Willie babe, we are together. This is nice. Thanks. Pendo, big shout out to you. And then Luo Legend is saying, my paycheck will never break my heart. No toxic relationship. Let's make moolah. I don't like seeing you in short skirts at you, blah, blah, at you can't twerk on social media. My friend, there are some people who are earning because of that twerking on social media. So if I can't twerk for you on social media and you found me twerking on social media, leave me. Okay, go and find that Holy Mary there with a long skirt all the way hadi chini. Uyo mroho mtafute, okay? Moja kwa moja. Stop disturbing my peace, okay? Let me live my life the way I am. And then I can see Willie, if you don't like how I dress, my friend, move. Tembeza hasira. And then Willie is saying, choose yourself before anything else. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, you come first. You come first. And whatever makes you happy, that is what really matters to you. No matter what a person is telling you, you have to do you. I always say something. When you see that you are not comfortable in a relationship, when you see like you can't even be free in a relationship, then you don't belong there. You don't belong there. I promise you, a very good relationship that deserves, a good relationship is that deserves all the craziness. Okay? Ufai kujificha ati you can't even pee. Ati you can't even pee. Yet you're a human being. Are you being ridiculous right now? When you feel like you are not free in that relationship, then it's not yours, and it takes the longest time for you to realize that. So I'm just telling you right now, if you feel like you are not free in that relationship, you are eating 2 spoons of rice and then unajifanya umeshiba, my friend, yet chini ya maji unakula kama mtu wa mjengo. Do not hold back. You don't belong in that relationship. Leave. Do not stay back. Do not hold yourself. Do not torture yourself. Usianze kupunguza kilo watu wanakuambia ati, oh, which diet are you on? No diet. Unajifanya because you don't want to tell this person that aujashiba. You don't want to tell this person ati ukulangi vitu kama hizo, you don't want to tell this person ati aoge vizuri, and so on. Do not do that. Do not do that. Do not pretend. When you find yourself pretending around the person that you are considering, that you're dating, your loved one, and so on, my friend, leave. Leave. You don't belong there. Every single person has an equivalent, and they will not hide anything from them. They are always free around them. They always don't fear about how they're gonna interpret whatever they say, and so on. So that's that. I can see Willie is okay. Samuela is saying, my dress, my choice. A man wrote good couples go to war together, while others cruel. Oh yeah. And Lower Legend is saying, Billion saw you asking where one can rent a dress in Nairobi. Mnavaa nini hizo? Oh. Acheni. And someone is saying ati sisi wajengo. I'm not trying to bash anyone, lakini mtu wa mjengo anakula kweli kweli because of the kind of work that they are doing. They need an equivalent type of energy to keep them going, okay? Because kama umekula tu mchele 3 spoons, there is no way you can carry those bricks. There is no way you can, stay the whole day ukichapa walls, ukifanya nini, so you need an equal amount of energy, to go on with your job. See ati nina get back to watu wa mjengo. I really respect you guys, by the way, but msichana asijifanye hapo, lakini kama ako peke yake anachwero hadi odeo, hapana. That is not good. And maturity is when you start dressing up for your own satisfaction. 100%. 100%. Mimi, right now, I'm all around. When I want to, nikitaka tu kutokelezea na hot pants, ni hivyo ndo nakuja, utanifanyaje, as long as it pleases me, as long as I'm satisfied that I look good that day. That is what I'll dress. At times nitavaa nguo kama mtu wa roho, juu hadi chini imefunikwa hadi chini, At times I just feel like knee high, and so on and so forth. And supporting Willie's comment 100%. Right now, all that matters is you satisfying yourself. Are you satisfied by the way you came out of the house today? Are you looking like an angel today? Tomorrow, do you look like a nanny? Okay. Tomorrow, unakaa homeless. Okay. That's on you. That's on you. It all depends on my mood personally. So, mtu asikwambie kitu. I can see diet ni stressed, served all the way. I promise you, most of the time, diet is a scam. Most of the time, diet is a scam. Mtu anakula stress, breakfast, lunch, na supper. Mtu anakula stress because they're in a toxic relationship. My sister, do yourself a favor. My brother, do yourself a favor. That is not the only lady in the world. That is not the only guy in the world. You have your soulmate somewhere. So how about you leave that relationship and enjoy yourself? When you are a youth, my friend, this is the time to enjoy yourself. Party like a jerk, man. Enjoy yourself. haya hizo Uber my friend, kula, enda hizo restaurants, kunywa na moderation. Drink with moderation, guys, and never drink on an empty stomach. Okay, never drink on an empty stomach, but get all the fun you want, grab all the fun you want. Do not be like these people at when they are 50, when they are 70, that's when now they wanna there is something, it's called late blooming, and that's when they want to go out with very very young girls and so on, even the Rayao, maybe when they were youth they didn't have the money, they worked for it until they are 70 something, that's when they have the money. So do not let the future catch up with you. When you can do it right now, enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Oh, I love Techno's music saying, allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself now. Allow me to enjoy myself to the fullest. Right this minute. This is the time, Abby. This is the time. I can see Luo Legend is saying, when will y'all realize Nairobi is not for relationships? Too toxic. And secure your bag and celebrate your wins, no matter how big or small they are. Invest in yourself. Yeah, the biggest favor you can do to yourself is investing in yourself. You will never betray yourself ever. You will never betray yourself ever. So if you think that you're gonna make another person into something that you want them to be, and the hopes that they will remember you in future, you are lying to yourself. You are lying to yourself, and it doesn't take a bright mind to understand that things can go south. Yeah. And then you remain there, you start talking like, you are lost. You start blaming people. You start, pointing fingers and all that. Love yourself an extra mile, guys. I can see Samuel is saying some ladies are God sent to our hearts, but others, yeah, people, that's just human beings. You'll meet a nice one today, tomorrow you'll meet the devil's sister. So you need to brace yourself for both situations and know which one to hold closer, but most of the time the problem is the nice ones, we send them away always. We always send the nice ones away. I don't know why, but most of the time that is what people do, which I don't really understand, but it's like it's by default. So do not be like people. Know which people you need to hold around you, and so that you can be able to have a peaceful, stress-free, enjoyable yet fun life, while you're living on this small thing called earth. So guys, I can't see any more comments streaming in. I want to believe this was a very good way to start the live today. And if you got here for the first time and you haven't subscribed, kindly go ahead and subscribe. And also turn on the post notification bell out so that you don't miss on any single post that we make for the future. I'm so sorry we were to go live with my girl Weaver Bird. That is her YouTube channel. So right here on YouTube there is a segment, it's called the community. Okay, so if you go to my profile, next to my profile is gonna be an about, and then next is gonna be something, I think videos or playlist, and then next to playlist is gonna be community. Always check on the community because that's where I update the upcoming projects, the upcoming lives, and whatever. So make it a point to be checking there always, guys. Make it a point to be checking there. I'm so sorry we were to go live with Weaver, but because this is my first time going live on YouTube, I'm still trying to figure out stuff, guys. So what I read was telling me that you simply tag the person, then they should be able to go live with you. But it's like, it's not that. Because I tagged Weaver, but she was saying she's not able to come on the live. So it's quite unfortunate, but I think we'll figure it out by before next week when we'll be going live once again with her. Also, follow her YouTube channel. She's at Weaver Bird. Weaver Bird. W-I-V-A Bird. Okay? And subscribe to her channel because we'll be going live, the two of us, once we figure out everything together. And we'll be able to do that, guys. And thank you for bearing with me all the way to the end. I really appreciate. I saw a comment coming here, okay, and I want to read it. I hope everybody has understood why we are not able to bring Weaver on the live, on today's live. I can see Lua Legend is saying, Kanairo, relationships are not the only relationships you'll get to experience before settling down. These are not relationships, they are experiments, a competition of who does less, who called last. Yeah, those those things, you cannot double text. Oh, I send the last text, I send the last text, I'm not gonna send a good morning text, and so on and so on. Yeah, it's so hurtful, but I'd say, I really support that it's an experiment. Most of these Nairobi relationships, they are just casual. So if you want to get into them, some people have gotten into those relationships and gotten gotten their soulmates forever, but some people have tried and always it fails. Most of the time we see it all the time. So I want to go with the Willis comment right here. I can see Samuel saying, Sam Jakangwena, I like trying and I don't give up easily. If my relationship seems good, I will make sure it won't go. Guys, do whatever it is, do whatever possible to save your relationships, but do not stoop low. Learn to know where you are appreciated. If the lady is not appreciating you, leave. If the guy is not appreciating your efforts, leave, guys. You won't die. This is not the last person on earth, as much as it seems like, you guys had a very promising future together, and so on and so on, it could be just a time waster. It doesn't take a wise person to know that a person is wasting your time or a person is not destined to be with you. So when you see the red flags, leave. A person is busy, a person is telling you, I'm busy, I can't be on the phone with you. The other time, Lydia Alice, the guy was telling her, just text, do not call. Why is a person telling you not to call them? When you're dating one another, guys. No. This is not possible. I don't like that. When I'm in a relationship, I'm free. I'm free to do as I wish, as long as it's not all the time, because personally, calling all the time bugs me too, So, but once in a day, 2 times in a day, that's okay, girl. That's okay, boy. But when you're telling me I can text you all day, all night, but I can't call you, or you can't call me, that is a red flag number 1. I draw the line in red, okay? So you can't cross anymore. So I can see, yeah, that is who paid last. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I hope you get to be loved. I promise you, it's so good to be loved. And when you get the right person who loves you, then you will really appreciate, and you will really look back and regret all the times you've wasted. But you'll also realize that without those things, then you couldn't be in this relationship too. So everything in life is meant to shape us into better people in future. Some things, if you didn't go through as a youngin, there is no way you could have learned about them. So just take them as experiences, take them as their sharpening experiences, and just work with the way they have treated you to be like, and don't get stuck into the negativities. Try to look out for the positivities in every single situation, okay? And that way you move forward as a happy person. I can see Lua Legend is saying, I see women bruised, bleeding, having to coax love out of a man, trying to sanitize rejection with all men cheat as long as he comes back home, trying to mine love where there's none. Run, one. I mean, this thing, we've talked about it for the longest time, but the worst part is a lot of ladies still, next week you'll still hear another lady has been beaten proper. Maybe even from this live, I pray not, but you'll still find, guys, no. You need to know when a person is using you for their own benefits. The other day, the other lady was being used for rituals and so on. So no human person, these people, most of the time they do these things to you, but they won't allow their sisters to go through the same. Why? Is their sister a more human person compared to you, the girlfriend, or compared to you, the boyfriend? I won't allow my sister to go through this. I won't allow my brother to go through the same thing. Yet you are the person who beats your women up and down. You beat your women up, and you can't even come to the extent of protecting your sister, because everybody in the village knows the type of a person you are, that you are a batterer. That you're a batterer. And so when it's your sister's turn, you can't even come to her rescue, because people will be pointing fingers at you, but you do the same to this kind of person. Let us be nice, people. Manze, it's beating women, beating guys is so long gone. It's so long gone. It's long gone, guys. So I don't know why people still do that, but that is a very, very traditional way of reasoning. That is a very ancient way of reasoning. We don't need that. So, if you're still that kind of person, you need to re-examine yourself. And even if it's means you need to leave that relationship because you don't belong there. When you're always fighting, then it doesn't mean anything. It means that you guys don't belong together. When you're always, okay, people agree to disagree, right? All the time, people will have arguments from time to time. But when it's all the time, that thing is not good for your heart. It's not good for your heart. And no matter how well you eat, no matter how well you sleep, you might not even be able to sleep well, because you have a lot of stress going through your head. You can't even, your head is just full of violence, then you need to know that it's the time to leave that relationship. You don't belong there. You don't belong there. You don't belong there, guys. I can see Wendy.Le.Genius is saying, and when you don't find that love, I hope you find the courage to leave. I hope you won't stay. If she or he cheats, we cheat. That's a competition of fools, a brothel of trauma. I'm so glad this is coming out of from a guy. Man, this thing that, all men cheat, all men are dogs, and so on. Excuse me, I tend to disagree a lot. I don't agree to this. I don't like it, and I don't like it. You will just find a person who appreciates your effort, who is in no competition with you, a person who helps you but doesn't remind you about it, a person who helps you because they feel like you're their responsibility, a person who is there for you, that when you're in trouble, you think of them first. Some people, they are in relationships where when there is a problem, they can't even call their guys, they can't even call their ladies, because they know it's gonna be hell. It's gonna be fire. Inaenda kuwa moto kama jiko, my friend. So they can't even think of their partners when things go wrong. That one is the fastest way to die. And it should be included in the 1,000 ways to die, guys. You don't deserve that. You should all have partners. We should all have partners who care about us genuinely. There is caring genuinely, and there is caring, because they want to please you. And that is why they will keep on reminding you about this. I did this to you, I did this to you, oh, you take me for granted, and so on and so forth. But if they are doing it out of their heart, then they will be feeling like it's more of a responsibility to them. They won't be bringing it up every single time. These people who bring them up all the time, they are not used to treating women nicely. They're not used to treating guys nicely, So every single time there is an argument, they want to calm you down by reminding you what they did to you. And then you, with your thick head, you'll be toning down, allowing them to beat you, because tomorrow they will be buying you the Gucci bag. Because tomorrow they will take you to I don't know where for lunch. Respect yourself. Life is worth more than food, more than those designer bags, more than those hairs, more than those shirts, more than those dresses, guys. You better love yourself, and also that way you have high chances of being a good parent. Imagine you taking crap all the time, and then you are raising your kids. Your kid will be coming to you with a black eye, and then you tell them, please just vumilia, hivyo ndo vile kunaendanga, hakuna relationship yenye is perfect. You're lying to your kid. You are almost killing yourself. You are playing with your kid's life too. Come on. Come on. What does it take for you to understand that these things are not to be forced, that these things do not come by default? These things are not forced. Guys, you need to love yourself. I can see Nelson Guadi, big shout out to you, saying in Saudi women are flogged. Man, I can't take that crap. And some of these things go way back to culture, especially, let's say, if, like in Luya, I don't know if there is any Luya on the live, but I know some bit of it. You have to beat your wife in order to show that you are strong, and there are some Luo guys too who believe in that, they're like, you need to beat these women from time to time, to make them understand that you love them, so that you can see if they're gonna stick around. Who taught you that kind of reasoning? Who taught you? I want to know this person, and I can see Tavi Lamula, big shout out to you. Tavi is saying Luo legend has some good sense that I'm in agreement with. And Luo legend is saying, learn to leave people behind, love yourself a little bit more, you'll be okay. Tavi Lamula, not all men cheat, and best believe if someone loves you, their actions will always be reassuring you than words. I promise that is a testimony that I can say and I can attest to. And Tavi Lamula is saying, and just to add icing on the cake, to avoid cheating, just marry someone you love and make these things interesting. There is something that I have a problem with. Some people, they get in a relationship with you not because they love you. And people tend to confuse the two, by the way. Infatuation and love, they are so close, by the way. They are so close. So you need to distinguish the two, because love is gonna stay all the way forever, but infatuation is gonna fade away after some time. That is why you see people had a very big wedding in the village, and after some time, after 3 years, after 4 years, they've separated. Why? They were not in love. These people had a crush on one another. That thing fades away, guys. Now all of a sudden you start seeing the flaws in this lady. Now all of a sudden you start to see that this guy is earning a little less than your needs, All of a sudden you start seeing this guy doesn't satisfy you in bed. This lady, can't even, can't even do anything, She is too dirty. She can't even take care of the chores in the house, She can't even cook for, to save your life, And that's how you realize that, you didn't fall for this lady because you're in love. You went for the beauty. But it takes more than the physical beauty, the outer beauty. It takes more than that. It takes more than the outer. It's more like the inner. What is in this person's heart, How do they reason? What's here in their brain? Are they intelligent enough, and so on. That is why you see premature relationships, or premature breakups and, divorces, things like that. And Lua Legend is saying, you ever looked at a friend's relationship and thought, why does this dude hate himself so much? The insults, the embarrassments, the violence. All I want to ask is, why are you so afraid of being alone? That is also a point that I was going to come to. Some people are in relationships because they fear being alone. A person has been alone for 2 years, for 3 years, for 4 years, and then finally they bump into this person that they think that they're in in love with, or they know deep down that they don't love these people, but they are afraid of being alone because time is going by and people are asking them, why don't you have a stable family? You have a stable job. Why don't you have a wife? Why don't you have a husband? And so on and so forth. And that's why this person, the relationship they stumble upon, they're already organizing for marriage, and before they even know the lady, before they even know the man, they're already settled in this marriage. And then 2 years down the line, they are back to the same song. We are back to the same chorus. You are single again because it couldn't work out. So let us avoid getting into relationships because we fear being alone. It is a big scam, guys. We need to get out of that kind of thinking. Get into a relationship genuinely because it's coming from deep down within you, because two hearts are involved, guys, and people are destroyed differently. A person might be destroyed, a person might be laughing, a person might be a comedian online, but what they are going through, they know deep down. Only them knows, I promise you, only them knows. I've seen a lot of broken smiles. I've seen a lot of smiles that are so beautiful, but deep down, they are crying. So do not be responsible for one other person's miserable lives. Be kind to one another. Be good. Be honest with yourself. Do not get into relationships when you're not ready. Okay? And some people are, known to carry forward their past to the current relationships. They make people suffer because of that. Also, that one you need to let go. You bring your toxicity from the other relationship and start pinning it on this other person. They were not even there in the first place. Why are you doing injustice to yourself and even to this other innocent soul? Excuse me. So get into relationships when you're ready. That's what I'm trying to say. And Ochieng Origa is saying there are different types of dogs, zile za kienyeji and the hybrids. So I guess ladies saying all men are dogs. Wamejaribu tu vienyeji. They should try out these hybrid dogs. It's kind of funny, but maybe it's true, as it brings me back to the same point. Every single person has a soulmate somewhere. So when you tried this time, we tend to say, oh, that is the very last time that I tried something like a relationship. I will never go back again. I will never go back again. Because you are heartbroken. That is the heartbroken you who is talking. It's not even you talking, guys. So learn to give yourself a chance. Do not punish yourself because of old mistakes. Things change and people change. People are different, That's why we have lawyers, doctors, nurses, and we have, we have teachers. We have, people are different. Their brains operate differently, So do not punish another person because of past mistakes. Just pick your dog. Go to your own class. Usijaribu kienyeji and then you start crucifying all the German shepherds pale and French dogs pale ati French breed, sijui nini. I don't even know them. Ati all men are dogs. They are dogs, yes, but which one are you talking about in this case? Which class? Okay. So I can see Nelson Gwadi is saying your happiness comes first, and I support that. Your happiness always comes first. So when your happiness is in jeopardy, then you know that you don't need to stay anymore in that relationship. You don't belong there and you need to leave. And I can see Youtubelive.Genius is saying, I see people take things I wouldn't take as a corpse. Guy, all because they need to belong, to feel loved. Man, I really pray that you find a woman that loves you. You learn to value yourself more. And a lot of men go through this, by the way, because as I was saying before, you are already 35, okay? You are 35, you have a very stable job. You feel like, you leave the house at 8 in the morning, you come back at around 8 p.m., you need somebody around to help you with the chores. You need somebody around to, massage you when you're tired and back from work and so on. So you resort to going to find a lady just because your family is also giving you pressure. When unatuletea mtoto lini, when are you bringing the kid over, and you don't even have a girlfriend to begin with, so you just settle for a lady who is available, a lady who is also under pressure from the family that they finish, they graduated, I want a job, so they need another man to marry. So you are two confused people who have come together and trying to make the relationship work. You don't even know one another. In 2 months, you've already married one another. You don't know. And people can hide characters even up to 2 years, even up to 4 years, guys. So you think that this guy was perfect the first month, the second month, the third month. Now they begin beating you up. Now they begin going and sleeping outside. They go back to their lives because, you are just living like roommates, guys. Hey, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? Is it something that you've given a thought, So at times family is also responsible for the pressures, for the things that people are going through in this particular time. But you also need to know that family is just viewing from the outside. You guys are the people who will stay with this kind of problems all the way to the end, okay? You are the person who is going to be staying with this lady, with this guy, all the way to the end. When the guy wants to kill you at night, your parents are not around. Are they going to be around? When this person wants to butcher you at night, is your sister gonna be around? No, they're not gonna be around. So why are you lying to yourself? You don't need to take anything less than your worth because of the family. At the end of the day, it's you who is gonna be there when things break loose. So I can see you won't have to pay an arm and a leg for sex. I pray you get to be loved, man. Damn. Yeah, I know a lady who was in this live right now. She was in this live, but I won't say her name, but one of her relatives went through the worst things ever that a person could go through as a person living alive. As a person, the aunt went through a lot until she died eventually. And everybody knew what was going on, but they kept on sugarcoating. At times, family is worse. At times, family subjects you to the worst things ever. They know that this guy is an abuser, is a drunkard, and all that, but they protect it because of the family name, and so on and so forth. So it needs you to stand up for yourself and even separate to the family. At times, you have to go your separate ways, even with family. So do not, guys, do not settle for less because family is giving you pressure. Do not settle for less because, family is trying to protect the family name and so on. Your life is bigger than that. And I want to wind up, guys. I'm running out of breath. I can see Nelson is saying the legends and epitome of wisdom, serving wisdom. Thank you so much. Big shout out. I can see Lua Legend is saying Nairobi is just full of troubled individuals masquerading to be partners. And this is so sad. Yeah, it is so true. Two individuals who are miserable coming together and trying to make things work. I'm not saying that relationships are perfect, but some are just, because of they fear loneliness because the ideal age of marriage has reached, and because the family is being given some tokens, and so on. So let us learn to distinguish between love and our selfish desires and our family desires and the needs and all that. So I can see Lua Legend is saying people want to take anything as long as they conform to society's expectations. We have devalued the true meaning of being in a relationship, but which is so wrong, guys. It is so wrong. It is so wrong. I don't like that. It is so wrong. It's quite unfortunate. But sadly, that is majorly what a lot of people would rather go through, in order to fit in the society, which is so wrong, guys. Do not be like that. No, your worth. Love yourself an extra mile. It goes a long way. And do not settle for less. Do not stay in a relationship where you're not wanted. Learn to know when to leave the table. When respect is no longer being served, you need to leave. Okay? You don't need to suffer forever because you want to, you know. I don't want to go back to what we've talked about already. So, I hope you learn to leave the toxic relationship, no matter how long you've been. I'm praying to God to give you the strength to make the right decision. I'm praying that you find somebody who truly loves you so that you can be able to know what true love is. I pray to God that you are able to walk out of that relationship without any kind of bruises, okay? Without any kind of, to nurse your heartbreak fully so that you can be fully healed and so on. So, and I hope you learn to appreciate yourself. I hope you learn to value yourself. If you love yourself, then you expect other people to love you. If you don't love yourself, then how do you expect other people to love you? It begins, the same thing it says, charity begins at home. So you first have to love yourself in order to ask other people to love you too. So thank you so much to everybody who tuned in. I'm sorry once again about Weaver Bird. I believe we will be bringing her next week. Thank you so much for tuning on to this show. From next week, guys, we are going to be introducing a very important segment where every single week we reward one person out of the live, and it will be 200 shillings for grabs, guys. So what is going to be happening, I'll tell you what to do, but what you need to what will be happening is we'll be picking a random person every single week so that at least every person is able to win a 200 shillings worth of airtime at the end of the live, of the YouTube live, to just like we do at times on Facebook. So we want to be able to do the same right here on YouTube. At the end of the live, if you do the few things that I tell you to do, and then people vote for you, we will be able to give you the 200 shillings at the end of the live session. So thank you so much for tuning in. Every person who tuned in today, big shout out to you. And remember, you need to share this video with your friends so that they can be able to join, to watch the show, because a lot of people didn't know how to tune in, and also, and then we were also having problems figuring out with Weaver, and I hope next week we'll be able to come in together. Thank you so much, guys, for the love and support. And I hope you have a blessed night, wherever you're tuning in from, or a good day, depending on where you're tuning in from. This is Wendy Talk Show Raw Edition. It happens every week on Wednesday here on my YouTube channel at Wendy.Le.Genius, Wendy.Le.Genius. And and it happens every the same time at 10:30 p.m. East African timing. It's gonna be 1:30 p.m. Chicago Dallas timing. It's gonna be 2:30 New York timing, and 11:30 p.m. UAE. Still 8:30 p.m. West African timing. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a blessed night or day. I'ma see you around later. Bye-bye.